Well, hello. I'm going to have a quick look at the DAX. Everything looks pretty good. And a warm welcome to one and all. For those of you who not seen me before, my name is Langers, and I am the overgrown child, no shock with my t-shirt choices. That is the Scruffy Trader. What I'm kind of trying to do is put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So if that sounds good, please click the like and subscribe button. Genuinely helps. And we'll crack on. Now, a lot of the time, what you're going to see me do, if you haven't been here before, is me just trading the charts that I trade normally throughout the day. I don't go gun-ho, I don't chase the markets, and I certainly don't overtrade. Are
you serious?
Now, I did a little video last night about a scalping strategy because it's something that I'm asked for over and over. Not rightly sure why. Because I think scalping is the devil's work. And it's just one of those things. I think it's the attraction of the industry that makes you want to scalp, thinking that a 5-minute chart is your road to riches. Not quite. A 5-minute chart is really good for entry and for exit, but take your ideas from the hourly. And I'll kind of give you an idea of that with the trade I'm about to take. Trading is not exciting, you know, it's not sort of...
I always wanted to be rich.
I wish it was. It's actually incredibly boring, and I do the same thing every single day. I look for the same setup and I just repeat it. Look for the same setup and I just repeat it. And it does make me laugh because there's sort of like the adverts that are on the front of my videos. There's one that comes on and he really grates me. The number one reason for losing your trades is emotion. Why not remove emotion and have a rules-based system? They're all rules-based systems. If they're not, it's just pure gambling. And when I seen how much he's charging for the course, I was like, you have got to be kidding. There's no way it's worth that amount of money. And what you're talking about is utter garbage, because you have to have rules. And if you think you're going to be robotic, you might as well have an algo. Up, talking of robotics, are you going to be robotic today? In a nice way?
I'm always nice.
All right. I was hoping it would have been like sort of a special kind of robotic. Well, I got a toy that was Princess Leia with a bikini on. I was hoping she would copy it. I'm trying, guys. I really am. Every day I try. It's crap being old, you know. At least when she was younger, she would go for it. It's all right. Well, do something about it. I mean, dust the cobwebs off. No? Okay. I'll get stabbed later. Oh, God. Oh, I might be getting stabbed now.
How does your missus put up with you? Must be my legendary prowess as a lover.
Sorry. This is a real working office. What you see is what you get. And as I was alluding to earlier on about boredom, that is one of the ways that I don't overtrade. I wind Winky up on it just constantly. And when I'm down in her business down here, which is a confectionery shop, because there was some idiot who was sticking it in, seems to think that I make my money owning a fish and chip shop. That chippy's next door clearly didn't do his homework or saw any of the videos. Anyway, I digress. What was I saying? Yeah, rules-based systems and algos. If you to take emotion out of the equation altogether, you would just plug an algo into it. Very simple. And you forget about it. But do algorithmic trading work? I've looked at loads. And ultimately, no, I don't think they do. Not for decent amount. As long as there's a human brain plugged into the system making decisions, an algo will never really outperform a human. Why? Because us as humans are unpredictable. And the markets are made up from people spending money from a human decision, not a computer decision. An algo will be able to do high frequency and do like quick scalps based on various criteria. But do they make massive money compared to some of the traders? No. And the reason being is just because of how many traders are employed. Do you really think the big banks would have a floor full of traders? Goldman Sachs have hundreds of traders. If they could just plug it into a computer? Of course they wouldn't. You know, they need the human element. So that's my personal take on it. So I'm kind of aware with that. And then when you see somebody, oh, hold on, we'll flip this over because this is coming into play and then I'll continue rabbling on. Rules-based trading. Here it is right here. One of my rules is into the red zone and trade out of it to the next zone. And it is coming into play right now. So I'm just going to quickly analyze this because I've been watching it this morning waiting for this break. There it is there. Drop it into a 5. Candle count. Bang on. We're going to put our orders in now. Just one there. One there. Right. Nearly missed that, or nearly missed my entry, because I was rabbling on, as I often do. Sorry. Right. As I was saying, and then I'll talk you through this trade. Every system must have rules within it. And I would just say have 3 or 4 rules that are pretty cast iron. I have absolute criteria on this. I work zone to zone. I have various indicators on this screen here that tell me when it's ready to rock. And I just trade it following those rules. And I do keep that relatively robotic, but I am a human. I do make mistakes.
No way!
But I can also see things before the rules kick into place, so that becomes a little bit discretionary. And with the DAX, it's quite a brutal market. So you have to be prepared for the worst. Now I will put in staging orders down here if it goes against me. Right? It's count preservation, helps protect it. But I always start with 2 orders. And off it goes. And I work from that zone into that zone. And that's going to pay quite a bit of money if I hold that all the way up. All right. Now, I do cut trades out. In other words, what I mean by that is I'll let it go so far, take so much off the table, let it come back, and I'll keep adding into it. But it's essentially one trade based on getting up to here. So it is rules based. But is it something an algo could do? No, not really. I don't think so. Because an algo can't read the market conditions. And what I've seen with this one, if I just take this out slightly, I can see a royal buy up. It's stalling. It's sold off, but it is, I'll just get rid of my fibs. 1, 2, So 2.5, 3 solid days of selling. It's come into a level and it can't get through it. And the last time it tried to get through this, it rocketed to the upside. So that's my first bias. Take it into a 4-hour, see what's happened. Well, even though it's been selling off, boom. But that is a good indication what I'm looking at is reasonably correct. Now, there's another part of this which I'll just drop back to a second. That was yesterday. A bit of indecision. So it was telling me the buyers are coming back into the market after this slot. But the sellers were still there, but the buyers won by a margin. Sellers have overpowered, but the buyers are still there, which is what this is. And if you look at where the targets are, they're kind of at the base of this tail, which is what I call daddy levels, because I'll look at the level, the open, the close, the high and the low of the candle before, and that helps me give myself a half decent target. Look at the 4-hour, you can see that. Got a big roadblock there. I don't want to sort of over egg my position, shall we say, so that's where the middle zone comes from. It's kind of a happy medium. Take it to the hour where the zones are drawn in, and you can see that zone marries up lovely with these cluster points here and here. So it's logical that that can push up into there to catch the bottom of this, and if that one continues to run, it'll catch that one which marries up to the bodies here. And that's the targeting, that's the thinking behind it. Okay, and I just let it run out. As soon as I get to maybe it's about halfway, I'll start looking to draw money off the table, or certainly be starting to tighten the stops up. Simple stuff. So what I'll do is I'll let it play out, and I'll come back to it at the end, because I need to have another little bit of a chat with the guys in the Discord, because I have already told them, if I move it across, that I am looking at this. I've told them before I took the trade here, and the full reasons as to why and how I'm going to trade this. And here it is. Because one thing I do believe in, which is what I don't see a lot of, is if I open my gob, which I often do, I should back it up with a trade. And this is when sort of I get a bit of a backlash a lot about my consistency and one thing and another, saying, nobody's that good and everything. What they forget is I only trade once or twice a day. What makes me consistent is I slow everything down, and everything that I trade is pretty much an A1 setup. In other words, all my rules are ticked, and if I've got to wait, I wait. And if it goes against me, I have a contingency plan to get me out. Simple as that. And I can't make it any fairer than that. And that's about it, guys. Simple stuff. So I'll let it run, and I'll come back to you. Well, guys, what a run. I'm going to shut this down because it's about to stop out. So I might as well just close it. And what have we done? There we go. That is a spectacular day for a small contribution into the market. Ran the last part with just a quid. And that's why the beauty of runners pays off. Get your wages, what you need, bring it to break even, risk free, whatever you want to call it, and then let just a little bit run. And if you hold on to it, as I've done here, this is just an 8 EMA. It appeared to be a trend day. Why was that? Well, look at the angle of descent. It didn't even look back. And it held on the other side all the way. And just trail the stop behind it. Dead simple. And it's paid me incredibly well, to the fact that I probably don't need to work tomorrow now, because I've done today's wages and tomorrow's wages. Easy. So there we go. Why did I show that? Well, it was really, I told the guys earlier, this is the play, this is what I'm going to take, and I've talked them through it in the little video, and it's only fair that I show it. But the one thing that I like to show is consistency over and over. I mean, yes, it's boring. I'm not into sort of the exciting scalping trades. I genuinely don't like it. I prefer one solid trade and then manage that trade through. And that's kind of what you're seeing on the screens today. I genuinely hope it helps, or at least inspire you to see that it can be done. And if you're stuck, by all means contact me. You'll find my contact details in the description and various other links. So I'll leave it there. It's been a cracker today. And as always, guys, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.